Hello, Recon87 here, and welcome as we continue to play Rule the Waves 2 as Austria-Hungary. So, what is this situation? Well, at the end of last stream / episode, depending on how you watch these, war with France erupted, and this is so far all we've really done is beat on Italy. So it's going to be the next kind of step up in terms of challenges. In terms of kind of raw ship numbers, quick squiz of Almanac. We don't actually stand up too badly against them. We have more battleship tonnage. We are woefully behind in battle cruisers. That's probably a big weakness. And carriers and air stuff we'll talk about shortly. But we outmatch them, I think, in light ships. So it's not too bad. What I'm hoping is really going to help us in this war is having Germany as an ally, so they can provide ships, and also split the French fleet between their home ground of Northern Europe and the Mediterranean. Although looking at as you can see the pop up on the map there, a large chunk of the French fleet is down in the Med, so definitely they seem to be gunning for us, but that may change because they're going to be blockaded. Actually, Germany doesn't have much of their home fleet in Northern Europe either. Oh, I think they're all... that's not true, because they've got 15 battleships there. I was just looking at the number in brackets at the end is the kind of points that your fleet is worth. I was just looking at that, but it'll be because they were mothballed, reserved, or something of that ilk, which is why they're not currently counting, but that'll change. Yeah, so obviously our goal here is to take as much of French Mediterranean as we can. We have set an invasion target of Corsica, so it'd be good if we could pull that off, and then potentially just take Tunisia and Algeria in the peace deal, if we get to that. The biggest concern, and I did mention CVLs, because we do not have any, but worse than that, we don't have any torpedo bombers. We do not have the tech for torpedo bombers. We don't know how to strap our torpedoes to a plane. And that's putting us quite far behind, to be honest, the other powers, which is definitely going to be a challenge. Losing the air war is not somewhere you want to be. Nuclear, hey, good to see you again. Hope you're having a pleasant Monday. Yeah, so speaking actually of the air front, with two air groups, just between streams there, I did increase, because we increased our air bases, so I put everyone back up to, or increase everyone from 10 to 20 for our flying boats. And in fact, because we have no other planes to write home about, for the two on Corsica, I think I'm going to give them both another squadron of 20 flying boats, just because it's better than not. We may not have the full numbers to populate all these to begin with, but we'll give it a go. Let's just add these in now. So we want to add a new air unit of flying boats. 20 of them, thank you very much. And we'll do that in Cagliari as well. Okay, good. Yeah, and they should help us out at least in terms of spotting, and I'm not sure if the flying boats do any kind of preliminary bombing at this stage. I can't remember what their loadout is. Paddy will tell me. Our flying boats, yes, they can carry bombs. But, I mean, these won't do much more than annoy people, really. I suppose £500 might be okay against some of the smaller ships, but it's not. I'm not counting on them to hit anything at all. But whatever little we can do will help things. Other things we need to do is mobilise. So you can go through your ship list, but we'll just hit this to mobilise all our ships and all our air bases. Wow, that puts us quite severely in the negative. That's uncomfortable. Part of it is we do have a lot of work going on at the minute. So we are currently building a new battle cruiser, the Bowman, as well as refitting a number of our ships. Now the thing is, we want these to really get out as soon as possible. But we can't afford it. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to halt him and probably something else. Still 3.5 million. I mean, essentially that's all of these guys, which is our older heavy cruisers, which is that's point of end world if these guys don't get involved in the fight. Okay, and we can stomach that for the length of time it'll take for these to finish. But I'm pretty upset about not getting this battle cruiser out, because that is, as I said, an area we are behind the French. Anything else worth talking about? Oh, one thing I do want to mention, and that's purely because I found out in the last week, and credit for this goes to RVT Wargame Analysis, a chap called Dickie, who has another small but fantastic Rule of Waves YouTube channel, and if I remember when I'm chopping this up, I will put a link in the description. If I forget, comment and I'll sort that. But he mentioned in one of his videos that when you go to war, so we're at war with France, so us, France, Germany, all at war, you get a budget increase. So YouTube, well, I'll tell you what, since for you people who are live, I can go one better, and I'll even fire it in the chat. Let's see if I can multitask and talk while I'm doing this. While obviously people in the war get a boost to our income, as you would expect, everyone else in the world also gets a boost of income, which makes a little bit of sense, given that, okay, tensions are rising, there's conflicts, you want to make sure your navy's prepared. But at the same time, they're not losing ships, you know, they're not having the same kind of attrition as you guys are, so it is pretty frustrating. But essentially, the longer your wars go on, then the harder your future opponents get. I'm struggling to find it. There we go. Okay, so those of you in chat will see the link now, and like I said, for YouTube, I'll try and put a link down. Because he's a far more informed player than I am in these things. It's always good to get people that know the nuts and bolts and the details. So, upshot of that is we want to make this, your wars, as quick as possible. As I tell you, that's also one thing I'm really looking forward to in the DLC that the guy's making for this, is that AI wars will be a thing. Nuclear saying you're already subscribed. Well, there you go. Yeah, he's through some really interesting stuff. I would recommend it. Right, anyway, that's enough talking without clicking the next button. So we've got everyone mobilised. We'll see. We probably want to avoid cruiser battles. Trade protection. Thank you, AI. Where we are outnumbered, and I would love probably at least a fleet engagement where we have the edge on ships, battleships, to try and chew up some of his battle cruisers before we start taking more of these cruiser engagements. Yep, we got plenty on trade protection. That is good. Let's put our submarines on unrestricted. And let's see what the first engagement throws up. Enemy raid. Okay, large battle size. Take that. So hopefully that means we get some battleships to play with. What have we got? Yes, we do have, but we've got lots of battleships to play with. Okay, that makes me happy. We have... which ones are these? Ah, these are new ones as well, are Habsburgs. Good. So these ones are, yeah, a pretty good broadside of 12 16-inch guns. They should be able to brawl with most ships out there. We've also got the Slavonian battle cruiser. This is the one we nicked off Italy, I believe. Yeah, we took as war reps, because it was actually better than our old ones, although not as good as our new ones, but it's alright. We might be a little sad if we lose that somehow, but obviously I'll try not to. And just two light cruisers. So not much of a screening force, actually. Alright, it would be useful if we knew exactly where they were coming, but obviously we don't. We'll get these guys, we'll get you up to 20 knots, but we'll just get everyone up to 20 knots. Pick up a little bit of speed. See if we can't find the enemy. 20 knots, and 2 knots for you. I do like having gears in 2 groups rather than 1. Okay. Quick check, maybe time of day, where are we? Oh, 8:07. So we've got a long time. And we are nowhere near any French air bases, which is nice. So, I know I'm getting distracted again, but look, when we go for the actual invasion of Corsica, that could be some interesting battles there with the amount of torpedo bombers they may have in support. But problems for another day. See if we can give them a good battering before we get to that. Let's just run for a little bit. Go up to faster. Unknown ship sighted. Okay. Bring our screens down a little bit. These guys can keep on the course they're doing. Fair number of ships. I'm expecting these will just be their own screening forces. Oh, maybe not. That is quite a lot of them. Oh, hey, look, we had all 8 of our battleships. We had 2 more hiding. I didn't realise we had. That's excellent. These guys are... Oh, they're super slow. Not really your squad max. Oh. These are the ones I've slowly been getting rid of. Let's bring everyone up to kind of squad max -2. It's generally a good place to... Are you guys really at 20? Have you got an old one mixed in with you? This is a bit of a frustration. I know, it's just a quirk of the games when they mix and match different ship types, or not the types, but classes even. So our whole formation is now stuck at max speed of 20 knots because we've got this older ship in, when, you know, he should really be in with these guys. What we could do, in fact I probably will do, is I'm going to do 22 knots and eventually he'll just fall off on his own. Because we don't have much in the way of speed. Will give the French the opportunity to run away if that's what they wish. Oh, we've got at least one battleship we think we've seen. We're going to get these guys to come into line ahead. And let's get them to pick up the speed so they're harder to hit. Oh no, okay, we're not sure if they're battle cruisers or battleships. Either way, they're going to munch our light cruisers. If we can't get these guys coming down in a bit of a battle line. We'll swing our battle cruiser down the other side. Really, our trick here is going to see if we can't kind of, not quite fence them in, but corral them. That's the word I was looking for. Corral them and get them to kind of chase our light cruisers and bring our heavier stuff in from the side. Because otherwise, if they can pop in, and essentially when they don't like the fight, run away, which is not what we want. Lots of misses, which is good. Meanwhile, our ships continue to head south. If I can get... Actually, I should probably... And I will. I'm going to swing this older squadron due east. We'll try and get our newer ones, which are slightly faster, to kind of come around this far side. That's interesting, they have broken off. Okay. Our battle cruiser engaged. Tell what we should have done is probably actually take a quick look at the Dunkirk. Yeah, it's a pretty decent battle cruiser to be honest. 8 14-inch guns, 12-inch belt, 28 knots. That is nothing to be sniffed at. What are we rocking? We have, yeah, slightly smaller guns, slightly less belt, and slightly less speed. Yeah, it's slightly worse in every way, and obviously there's only one of them. But once we get our battleships involved, then we shall be winning that duel. Okay. Now happy to start bringing these guys in the general direction of the battlecruisers. I'll have to keep it for now, because eventually what I'm going to do is if these guys get too far north, we can do a bit of a destroyer run to get them to turn, hopefully turn into our battle line that's now come along the south here. Well, that is a whole bunch more ships we've just seen. Oh, hello. We didn't know they had 6 battle cruisers and some battleships, and here they are. Okay. Interesting. For a start, you guys are not doing anything useful. What's your current role? Screen? No. Go to... screen's okay. No, support. Please. Might have to get you to do some torpedoing. We've found the rest of the French. So we've got 3 of their battleships and 2 of their battlecruisers. This is most of their French, of a French force in the Mediterranean right here. Let's see if we can't do something about that. Tweak our angle of attack slightly. Oh, it looks like first blow falls to the French. Not particularly happy about it. What's an Nancy look like? Pretty similar, so less armor, more speed, same kind of gun complement. Again, a pretty decent battlecruiser. Near miss, Dunkirk hit. No, Dunkirk hit, good. Nah, 5-inch gun. That's not very good. Right, this guy's definitely outmatched. It's just going to be a case of when we want to... Right, you guys are coming off the eye control. When we want to send our destroyers in to turn their battle cruisers away. 30 already, which might be pretty soon actually. because you're starting to take a few beats, and they'll take a little bit of punishment. Oh, shit, took another hit. Okay. We could do. Don't have that many light ships, but we could always. Oh, they are turning us. So you could also try and make a torpedo charge at their main battle line to get them to turn and then focus our firepower on these couple of loose BCs. You are getting absolutely millered, mate. Right, what we're going to do here. We are very close to these guys. Okay, no, maybe as close as I thought. I'm going to get you to turn north. Turn away. It's going to spoil your own aim, but it also will help spoil their aim as well. Continue getting these guys to drive across. So 1 hit out for them, and we received 3 hits back. This is not going our way thus far. Partly because probably these guys don't have all their turrets in a line of fire. We should be able to get them to bring to bear. Oh, a busy turn. Slavonian is getting pretty badly hammered. Let's have a look at you. Oh, 3 turrets out of action. Jeez. Okay in terms of the damage thus far, actually. It's just medium hits you've mainly taken. But you are not returning much fire. Alright, can we send them a scare? No. Alright, time for you guys to come in and help out a little bit. Let's go line ahead. You're probably sitting at squad max, you are indeed. You're charging over here. If we can't turn these battle cruisers away from the Slavonian, give it a break. Meanwhile, we're continuing to take some hits here from their heavier guns. We can now see what type we've got. We've got Charlemagne and Solferino. Okay. 10, 13 inch, 14 inch belt, and a. Okay, so they've got a 8-gun broadside. That's okay. Now, newer ships are definitely going to stand up to that if their turrets don't get knocked out. What our older ones look like? Yeah, they're slightly better than our oldest battleships. And say they're not as good as our middling battleships for the Charlemagne. Solferino, not much better, slightly more armor, I think. What else do they have? Cayman. 6 14-inch guns. Okay, so the battleships are nothing to be afraid of, despite the fact that we can't hit them. Which I'm not particularly happy about. What we might do, again, just do a little bit of a do line abreast, turn together, and we'll get them to pivot towards the enemy. We'll see if we can't get them just to change their direction again. I want them to try maybe spoil their aim a little bit. Well, if they change direction, they get a penalty for it. So on paper, we should be bettering these ships if we can get all our guns to bear. We'll bring you guys down south slightly. Our lead battleship continues to take hits. We are continuing to. Okay, we hit them with the heavier ones, but look, what's that one? 2 medium gun hits, medium gun hits. Yeah, you're getting an absolute battering, Slavonian. I don't think. Yeah, see if we can't scare them off. Might be worth doing the same thing with these guys. Again, just to try. Oh, so they have already. Just try and get these guys to turn, give ourselves a little bit of a break. Okay. Not much happening down here. These guys are starting to burn out. So let's have a look at this. The Viribus. He listed here? No. Maybe he's not shooting yet. We have turned these 2 battlecruisers out of the way, which is nice. We are bringing a few more of our broadsides in, so hopefully things should change shortly. We'll have to turn these guys eventually. Again, lots of misses down here, just some more hits up there. A surprisingly good long-range torpedo. I think that came from one of our light cruisers. I think it's going to miss, but no, we'll take it. Might be enough to scare them. They are turning towards me. That is interesting. Okay, light cruisers beating on destroyers. That's fine. Okay, we're starting to land some Charlemagne hits. Okay, so there you go. 15 inches are landing there. Returns and knocks out a turret. Oh, he's getting turrets knocked out here. That's okay. Still got three 3-gun turrets. That's good. And these guys are all just the dueling up there. You are getting battered, mate. Oh, that's nice though. That's good. We're gonna have to do something about that. This is quite a big engagement to kick things off. They're going to present themselves like that. I'm not going to object. This is also reducing the number of guns they can bring to bear while we're still using most of our broadsides. And we're going to have to decide what to do with these destroyers though. And again, I need to watch out these guys don't get too close to drop a torpedo. Same with him. He is within torpedo range, although he won't have any solution on me at the minute. These guys have gone absolutely mental with their torpedoes. Fair play. You do have a lot of them. I really put 16 torpedoes on my... Oh, that's right, I did each side to give it centerline turrets. Hey, that's good. We land a couple, I ain't going to complain about that. Alright, let's go another one. Slavonian gets battered, and these light cruisers are taking punishment for coming up and facing the battle cruisers, to be expected. And you can, yeah, no, still no more hits down here. Come on, guys, you need to get your gunnery in. Yep, she's in a bad way. It's like they're managing to avoid most of these torpedoes, unfortunately. What I would like to do with these light cruisers, well, for a start, you should have one more salvo on this side. Not happy about it. Oh, you're very short range for the high speed. You need to pull you around. Fire torpedoes, yes, I would love to. But he is out of range, or out of arc, sorry, for what he's got left. So the starboard swivel mount, the one we want. I might flip them around. See if we can't get some torpedoes, but that's going to kill their speed to come around like this. It might be okay. Do something to deter them, because otherwise our impounded battlecruiser isn't going to be long for this world. These guys are in a surprisingly good position. I'm just going to keep them going. I think we're definitely going to get some torpedo action on these battlecruisers. Meanwhile, you guys need to change what you're doing, because you're supporting on the wrong side of the battleships. Which is a bit silly. Gotta watch out for this torpedo charge. Budapest to get an engine room hit from one of these battle cruisers, okay. Oh, no, I'm putting a hit in, that's not great. I want more from my guys, more. Well, you guys are coming around. Okay. You're being very late to the party. Okay, no real change there. Continue to have a go at this guy in the front. I think the time is now going to be switch you guys. Turn together is probably fine. Eventually you're going to go line ahead a little. Not straight away. I'm going to come down here. I think just those two will probably get their first torpedoes off. Make sure what squad max we are. Going to have these change their direction slightly. And this guy's maybe a bit of a goner, to be honest, because he doesn't have the speed, and all our attempts to get these guys to scare off have not worked thus far. Okay, you don't like the fact that the Hegelin's there. What's Hegelin saying to it? The Hegelin's saying he's willing to have a go. like the look at that one. Let's try that. See if we can't get a few more out next turn. And the destroyers are on their way, but I think they're too late. I'm going to have to watch if when these guys make a turn, probably change course. Okay. Looking promising, but we might just be slightly too far back. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Okay, you're being up a destroyer. Torps away. Excellent. Let's start off here again. Go for it. And these guys are going to have to bug out as much as they can. We've got one more salvo in them. Turn slightly. Right, how are we doing down here? Yeah, I'm not convinced they're going to have the angle this turn. The sharpshoots as an example. Oh, what's that on? Okay, I stand corrected. That's pretty good. Think it's going to hit nuclear? I hope it does. I hope it does. Right, so you can have a look. What about you? Some of these, yeah, okay, you're genuine, have friendly ships in line of fire. That's fair enough. So the other one might be a bit Usoki. Let's go. Alright, just that's a destroyer. That's a destroyer. Okay, we'll wait. Give you guys one more turn. You should be going faster than these guys anyway, so we should be able to send off a couple more next turn. And well, we have crossed their T. So what? They'll change direction. Give them another turn. Right. Keep going. See if we can land some more hits. Destroyer, destroyer, and then our battle crews are getting mullered. Okay, this is looking very attractive to more torpedoes. Come on. You're probably upset that that's interesting. So he is technically targeting this, but it's not a bad spread just to stick out in the middle of these guys and see you might hit something. As is that. Let's go for the low speed one. That might get lucky with that. I think the trick here is just put as many in the water, so it doesn't really matter which way they turn. You're going to be running into something. There we go. We'll see if Velibit has an angle as well. Oh, I'll go for it. Keeps them if they go in a straight line. Just keep dumping them in. That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. Meanwhile, we should keep battling them with our battleships. They look like they're very much trying to do some torpedo nonsense. So, yeah, I'm going to pull these guys quite hard in one direction and then we'll straighten up again. Hopefully spoil whatever aim they had. Destroyers, destroyers, destroyers. Our battleship. Why are we not hitting these blooming battleships? Now, to be fair, we have put our destroyers in our own line of fire, which is probably making life difficult. So we'll maybe pull away with these guys after this. Make sure that it's clear for battleships to actually target these guys. Dump what you've got, and then we'll pull off. Usoki. It's technically at the battleship, so I'll do. Okay, you guys, please pull away. We have turned these battleships here, so it looks like we're all but one with Charlemagne, so we can pick him off. The war is polluted with torpedoes. That's the idea. Get as many as in that they can't avoid them. Okay. And then hopefully our heavies will actually hit something, which would be, you know, pleasant. Meanwhile, do you have any left? You've got 3 left. Just fire them if you can, and then probably pull you guys out of the way. You can't. Okay. Let's pull out. Oh, they look pretty good though. I mean, he could get his way through that, but I'd like to think at least one of them is going to hit him. We've got a lot following up. Happy with that. You are probably on your way to the bottom. Yep. So we'll lose a fair chunk of victory points for that. I'm frustrating, but I'm not that saddened by it. It wasn't our ship. It is our good Austrian lives on it though. Okay, and I'm going to pull these destroyers south so that if the battle cruisers have to come back to main line, we can maybe try and interfere with them that way. We hit a destroyer. A destroyer. Like, you can't do that when you're trying, man. Is it the one up here? It's running screen. I mean, he's doing a job for his battle cruisers, giving up his own life. So credit to the French guy there. I still think we're going to hit at least a couple of these though, so I'm happy with that. Well, battle cruiser gets battered. Light cruiser's taking a bit of beats. And again, why are we not hitting these guys? Well, you can look into it. Let's have a look at our Franz Ferdinand here. Hit chance. Actually, it's not bad. 4.95. I have seen a lot worse. Yes, we're getting some penalties because lots of ships firing the same target and we are under fire, but that's a decent hit chance. And we are flinging 9 shells at them. Somewhat frustrating. Right, you guys are pulling off. Well, you might have a nice little angle there. On the Charlemagne indeed. Is he really travelling that fast? 20 knots, yeah? Alright, we'll try it. Just with the one. Yeah, we might hit a few in here. Well, it's not ideal. It's not the end world, I suppose. Thin out our lights and eventually we're gonna... Oh my god, you guys. I can't believe you're doing that. Stop firing torpedoes. Like, I don't mind the AI having torpedo control, but when they decide to launch huge salvos against destroyers, that does irk me a bit. Yeah, this guy is upsetting me because he's in a good position to keep launching torpedoes at us. And he does have rather a lot. I'm tempted to pull these guys off a little bit. Because I don't want them taking torpedoes, because they're my older ships. I don't think they have any torpedo protection. Continue guys coming around to the south here. Keep you on your line. Oh, that looked good. That wasn't even what I was looking at. Okay. Donetsk, I think that's up in the north. Another destroyer. Charlemagne, fantastic. And RBC sink. Okay, not fantastic. But we hit one. And I think she's about to eat a whole bunch more. Alright, so if we swap the Slavonian for the Dunquesne. That's probably a fair swap, actually. Theirs is slightly better, to be fair. So I'll take it. Yeah. We got the caboose. Right, you guys pull away. Excellent. I mean, that destroyer should also be dead. They'll probably go and complete their objective, which is irritating, but we'll let one go. I mean, look at this, an absolute waste of torpedoes. I'm disappointed in you guys. I've now corrected my order at least. I'll get these guys change course again. Anything else going on? Hey, we actually hit one of them. That's nice. Oh, and another, and another. Okay. Oh no, that's... Charlemagne is in a world of trouble, I think. Yeah. I take it you've been fairly badly damaged. 92%. Yeah, you might go down. Is there anything you could fire your torpedoes at that would be useful? I'd rather just fire off these low range ones. Low speed ones, sorry. Probably more likely to hit something. We'll go for it. Nah, I don't really like that angle, to be honest. Alright, fine, we'll fire things over there. I just want to fire something because he's going to sink shortly. So, yeah, we are damaging with DDs, and yeah, clearing out a DD screen is certainly nothing to be sniffed at. Because we do have, you know, we've got another couple of destroyer groups in reserve. Although this one with less torpedoes, but meh. Oh, he missed them. But those ones hit. Oh, we got him with one, and we got him again, and him again. Alright, he's a dead battlecruiser. So this guy's now taking 4 torpedoes. Light damage? I don't think so. Yeah, surely he's sinking. And this guy's taking 2. For an older, I mean that might put him down. He is an older ship. Oh yeah, don't worry about that. The auto mod is fairly stringent. Don't know if we get any more coming his way. We got a whole bunch in the water here. Good. Okay, so yeah, I'll take that as a trade. Better obviously to sink him without loss, but I'll take it, especially if we can get another kill down here. In terms of gunnery, how's that going? So that's in the north where Slavonian's getting battered to death. Our light cruisers is taking a little bit of hurt. So let's make sure they're coming south as quickly as they can, get them out of the way. And aside from that, no big ships on either side really took a hit that turn. Okay, so that's destroyer's going down. To be expected. I think he's going to eat a 3rd torpedo right there. And we might get lucky with some of that stuff. Meanwhile, change your course again. My older destroyers, which I believe these are, well, not oldest, but oldish. I think a 1.5-inch gun, so their gunnery skill or potential is pretty low. But then he's only got 4-inch guns. Hopefully our secondaries might take care of it, but these guys are rocking casemates, so they can't really fire that much. But let's do a little bit of keep them wiggling around, which is not going to help them hit anything, but I really don't want them to eat a torpedo. Oh, this is starting to look pretty interesting. We might just the whole principle of putting as many fish in the water as you can, so it's going to pay off. We're continuing to batter the Charlemagne for a little bit. What's they sitting at now? Still only seeing medium damage. Surprising, to be honest. Let's get them to change direction again. I'd say we've got a pretty good chance of hitting something else in here. Okay, very happy with that. Let's keep you on the same kind of course and heading. Get you guys to tweak slightly. So to keep your broadsides open. Oh, some of them missed. That looks good though. Maybe. I don't think we're hitting this thing at all. You're annoyingly holding up 2 of my battleships here. Okay, you guys are running south. Yeah, those 2 are sunk. They are probably heading off to their objective, but that's okay. Give that up. Hopefully we'll hit the lead battleship. Yeah. I think, well, no, I think by the time we close that distance, I think he'll have pushed on. But he might sail into it, or we might miss completely. We shall see. That looked like it passed right through him. Grrr. Pretty upset that didn't go down. Or didn't count as a hit. Yeah, right. Well, we'll keep our 16-inch guns blazing away. Hopefully we'll actually start hitting things. The Vela bit. Oh, okay, that's fine. That's just down there. Near misses. We did take a shell from a Charlemagne. We put one in it. I'm surprised by the lack of hits, to be honest. Especially from this group who've been holding a fairly steady course. Might have to tweak these guys slightly with this onrushing destroyer. I'm also going to get these guys to slow down slightly just to give them a chance to actually reorganize back into line formation as they're supposed to be. Oh, here we go. Hey, and we did get the one at the front. Well called. The Solferino took a torpedo. Yeah. What does it say? Chat's always right. Good. I mean, one torpedo's not going to sink this thing, but it might slow it down enough so we can hit it with some more. Franz Ferdinand's taking a few more hits. Definitely our most battered battleship at the minute, but actually it's only been hit 9 times, so fine. Hopefully we can get these destroyers to scare off this Durandal class. Here's a good question. Have we got... Yeah, we've got turreted secondaries. It's fine. Showing heavy damage. Right. We can get you guys to straighten out now. Continue to bring our destroyers and light cruisers down. Our light cruisers don't really have any torpedoes left, so we'll have to be a little bit careful with them. And again, we'll slow these down slightly. Speaking of speeds, what are we sitting at here? You guys are sitting at 19. That's fine. You guys should be sitting at 22. You are. Good. Was the Campania the lead ship? I don't know which ship you mean. This was originally the lead ship. I mean, obviously now it's kind of that one's now the lead. Charlemagne's, yeah, this was the lead in the formation when they came into battle. But I suspect he'll have broken off now. But as long as we keep hitting their leads, that is good. Whole bunch of not much happening there. This destroyer's in an odd position because I don't think he's not going to be able to torpedo us from there, I wouldn't have thought. He's slowing down 15. Well, yeah, so obviously I think I'm right in saying you get this rounded to 5 knots and there is a chance for error. But that looks okay. Right, tell you what I need my light cruisers to do. Get over here and get rid of this destroyer. These battleships can get back into the fray in a more meaningful way. And we have got 4 destroyers here. We're kind of keeping in reserve. They're still just beating on that poor battlecruiser. Now this does look... I'm going to have to move these guys. Let's go. Let's take a turn towards them, I think. What from? I don't know why these guys are showing such a... Let's get rid of this turn together. Line abreast. Line ahead, please. I was expecting to have straightened out by now and it's not happening, but that explains as to why. Okay. Lots and lots of missing. Everyone's missing. A quick look at your out of torpedoes completely. Well, you've done your job then. Wonder if we can just launch a low range one at their general formation. And we can. Technically at that destroyer. No, it's the Charlemagne. That's not really what we want. We do have 12 torpedoes, so it is tempting actually to do that. Just in case these guys do keep in this general direction, that'd be a useful one to have. Now going to switch these guys back down the other way. It's going to obviously hurt their aim to do such drastic turns, but needs must. I'm going to turn these guys potentially dramatically. Get them to come south a bit more. Good. Who's launching torpedoes? It's a destroyer of all things. Frustrating. We have turned down that way, that's good. You guys are now getting to line ahead, so let's see if we can keep pushing forward. We've got a few more destroyers kicking about, but it's nothing more than noise at this stage, I don't think. You guys are continuing to beat on my Charlemagne, which is okay, but I think this guy is going down. It'd be good if you could issue an order, say, don't shoot at this ship. But I think think if he's still classed as... Oh no, look, they isn't even their target, they're targeting the Solferino. We should be targeting these 3 ships here. Do I think the Solferino's flooding? Yes, I do. I don't think it's enough to sink it. Well, although, that said, if we keep chasing it around and making it go fast, there's always a chance for rupturing bulkheads. And obviously, if it does go slowly, then we can try and put some more torpedoes in it. I'm going to get these guys to hold their fire, just so we don't waste it in that destroyer. It's fine, our cruisers are on the way good. I really want this one destroyer to sink because he's frustrating me. Yeah, if we could get another torpedo in, it would be ideal. We're taking some other hits there. That was from Viribus. Okay, not really the destroyer I care about. The Durandal is the one I really want us to take care of, but we don't seem to be doing it. I wonder if what's your Velibit? You get any tabs? No, you don't. What's the next one? Nah, I don't think Bo's gonna have the angle. Alright, we'll keep going down. Oh, hello, AV. A very bold move. We'll happily put a few shells into you and sink you. Okay, they're sailing off merrily into sunset, which I'm happy about. Takes 2 of their ships out of this fight. We're continuing to beat on Charlemagne. She was pretty much dead. This worries me. I don't want to turn away entirely, but I might have to. Let's do it. Let's play safe. We've got time. I think we're starting to get them edge a little bit. Let's pull away. The last thing I will do is take a torpedo and a lot of time kicking myself. We know these are the 2 battlecruisers. Alright. Destroyers getting hit. Hey, we finally hit that one, little one. With 6 6-inch guns. Good. And I'm going to have to jump in and bring the episode to a close here. It's not a bad start to the engagement, and we've certainly bloodied the French fleet, although not without cost to ourselves. But there's plenty of fight left in this engagement, so we are going to have to save that for next time. So I do hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I'll catch you in the next one.